Hey guys, Jessica here. So today I wanted to talk about saving for retirement, or more specifically, IRAs. And so in this channel, we talk a ton about how to tax optimize your financial situation. And so wanted to talk about IRAs because they are one of the most powerful tax and savings strategies out there. So in this video, we're going to cover what IRAs are, how they work, and make sure you watch to the end, where we'll cover a bit more about what specific situations an IRA makes sense for, because they don't necessarily make sense for everybody. So jumping into it, an IRA, or individual retirement account, is basically a long-term investment account with some really cool tax advantages. How they work: you contribute money, and then you invest that money into things like stocks or ETFs, and then you spend that money when you're old and retired. And that's basically it. If you do these simple things, the government will give you basically a tax shield over all of the investment earnings that you make in that account, which is likely to be a lot, given that, it's going to be invested for a really long time until you're retired. So there are two types of IRAs, Roth and traditional. I won't go into too much detail here. I'm going to link to a video up here where we talk more about the differences between Roth and traditional. But to summarize it really quickly, Roth basically means that you pay taxes now, and then you don't pay any taxes when you retire. And traditional means that you don't pay any taxes now, and then you pay all the taxes, when you're old and retired. So there are also a few basic rules of IRAs. The first one is that there's an annual limit to how much you can contribute. In 2021 and 2022, that limit is $6,000. And then you can't withdraw the money until you're old, as I mentioned, so until you're 59 and a half years old. And the third thing is that unless you have an approved exception, you should try not to withdraw the money early, so before you're 59 and a half. It's not the end of the world if you do. You'll basically have to pay some taxes and penalties. And by the way, buying your first house is an approved exception. In any case, to get started, you should open up an account with an investment company. We highly, highly recommend checking out robo-advisors. Robo-advisors help you open up that account, and they also help you invest and then monitor that money to make sure that it's, pegged to your age, that it continues to evolve over time, because your portfolio should look differently, as you get closer and closer to retirement. They're also super, super low fee. Our favorite one right now is Vanguard Digital Advisor, which is the lowest fee one, but also check out Wealthfront or Betterment. I'll link to all of them in the description below. And lastly, when does an IRA make sense? Because they don't make sense in all cases. So an IRA is for you if you don't have access to a 401k at work or via an employer. We did a separate video that talks more in detail about what you should do if that's you. I'll link to that video up here as well. Another situation where an IRA could make sense is if you do have a 401k at work, but it kind of sucks. Either the fees are high, or the investment options are really bad, or just that actually you want to contribute even more to retirement on top of your 401k. If that's you, make sure that your income is below the IRS limit for the year. There's some trickiness in terms of contributing to an IRA when you already have a 401k at work, but really quickly, that limit is $125K to contribute to a Roth IRA for a single person in 2021. And on the flip side, if you do have access to a great 401k at work, especially if your employer is giving you a match, then just go with that. And one final note: IRA contributions have to be made with earned income, which kind of just means that you have to have made some money throughout the year, and interest and dividends don't count. And that's it. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'd love to hear from you guys as well. Leave us a comment below and let us know if an IRA is something that you're interested in. Also, if you have more questions about IRAs, whether they make sense for you, if you should go Roth or traditional, or how much you should contribute, any of those kinds of things, we'd be happy to take a look. You can check us out. We're at uprise.us. We basically put together personalized financial plans for people completely for free, and on average, we've put $100K in net worth back into customers' pockets. Other than that, if you'd like to see more videos like this one, please give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and click that bell for notifications. See you guys next time.